Coco Gauff's bestie in the building. Robin Montgomery, the crafty lefty, the junior slam champ. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, an Orange Bowl winner. This video is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act. Listen, guys, the Orange Bowl, a prestigious tournament for juniors going back to the 1940s. At one point, it was everything to win the Orange Bowl. But in recent years, we've seen the junior slams just become so big, bigger than life. Now, imagine winning the U.S. Open as a junior in the singles and the doubles. Now, last time out, I posed the question, name another player on tour, aside from Robin Montgomery, to win at least 2 junior slams and the Orange Bowl. Well, you can start with her bestie, Coco Gauff, ladies and gentlemen, of course. And listen, if it were that easy to do, everyone would have done it. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. She's big time, and I hope she gets all the sponsors in the world. But right now, taking on the veteran from the United States by way of, I want to say, Croatia, Bernarda Pera, ladies and gentlemen, the crafty lefty, someone who I've always supported. And I told you guys, let's go back to that summer of 22. And I said, look, it's time for Bernarda Pera to take out Annette Kontaveit. It's time for her to get those championships. And what did she do? Of course, she went abroad. She went back to back. And we saw Danielle Collins do it a couple of years later. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Bernarda Pera is big time. And a lot of people thought she would just cruise in this matchup. Robin Montgomery here in the quarterfinal after taking out Hantama from Japan. And Ney Hibino winning that 6-2, 6-2. Going for her first ever main tour semifinal matchup after a 35-win season. Listen, guys, I watched tennis. I told you she was on my top teen prospects list last year. Stay tuned. We're going to come with that next. Should I do it this weekend? Yeah, we'll do it this weekend. So this weekend, we'll do my top teen prospects list. I'm also going to do my top 10 American list. Listen, guys, my top 10 American list for this season, I wanted to see how players look early on. Alicia Parks, Katie Valinez, that's going to be a big match. Stay tuned for that. But I wanted to see how players look early on. Look, I can only pick 10. There's going to be a lot of people that don't make this list. This might cause some controversy, ladies and gentlemen. There can only be 10. This is going to be jam-packed. Now, the winner of this match is going to take on the hard-hitting Clara Tauson, right? Former junior number 1, former junior slam champion, or the number 1 seed, Madison Keys. Now, Robin Montgomery, she's never played Tauson on the main tour, but she has played Madison Keys a couple years ago in Miami. I was there. Amazing match. I think I'll post some photos from that match. Robin Montgomery is big time. And she would come through this match and she would defeat Bernarda Pera in straight sets. She actually broke Bernarda on her first service game, and it looked like Bernarda was in trouble, guys. 13 aces. What did I tell you guys last night? 13 aces. I told you she can put up double-digit aces. She has a very powerful serve. When she finds herself down on serve, she can come back with those heat-seeking missiles, straight laser beams. She won 83% of her first serves this match, 50% of Bernarda's second serve, 47% of her first serves. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, Bernarda struggled with the double faults, 5 double faults, 7 opportunities to break. And Robin gets the victory on 4 converted, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like she might be taking on Madison Keys. It depends on which Clara Tauson comes to play. And the question is, can she take out Madison Keys? If they play, I think she'll have a much realistic chance to advance if she takes on Clara Tauson. But nonetheless, her first main tour semifinal, we're going to see Robin Montgomery jump in the rankings as well. I think Robin is going to have an amazing year. I think actually a lot of the Americans here, right? She's going to crack the top 100. She should be all set to qualify in the main draw for the Roland Garros. We're going to possibly see her at Wimbledon, which, yeah, she should be a lock for Wimbledon and the U.S. Open as long as she can maintain, as long as she's not losing any points from last year. So this is going to be a huge year for Robin. I can't wait to see what she does at the Indian Wells. Remember last year taking on one of her friends that actually lost to Osaka earlier, Haley Baptiste. We saw Haley Baptiste and Robin Montgomery in the first round at the Indian Wells. And that's one thing, I've talked about in the past. How many times are we going to put Robin Montgomery and Haley Baptiste against each other in these draws? It's after a while, it's a little bit ridiculous. Mix it up a little bit, right? I mean, I've talked about it in the past. Not going to go there now, but Coco's talked about some of the things as well. We're not going to go there now, but nonetheless, I'm happy to see Robin do well. I'm happy to see the Americans get off to a good start here. Unfortunate for Bernarda Pera. She would lose this match, but I think Bernarda Pera, she's going to have a good season as well. Tennis in a minute, guys. Stay tuned. A lot more tennis coverage to discuss. Do we want to talk about stats? Not really. Those are the first set statistics. We know Robin got it done by blasting 13 aces and just dominating Bernarda's first and second serve. I think the big key, like I said, was just winning 82% of her first serve. Robin Montgomery's big time. And for, the people in the comments that decided to come out yesterday and just say some unprofessional, unclassy things, I just think there's no place for that. And I say this time and time again, if you go to these different channels or tennis channels or sports channels and you go into the comments and, you start saying all this reckless stuff, listen, we all know how the algorithm works. It feeds off of energy and emotion, whether that's good or bad energy. I'm not here for that. You understand? Like, if you go to these big tennis channels, you can blend in, you can fit in well, you can say whatever you want, you can disrespect the players. Now, if the player is in the news for controversy and we're talking about a story that's controversial, that people are talking about, the player did something wrong, allegedly, this or that, you can give your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. But if a player's winning and they're doing well and you come to the channel and you want to voice how much they're not a good player or you dislike them or you hate them or, because they won, all these tournaments, other people have done it, so it's not a big deal. Guys, there's no place for that here. Right? I say this all the time. I don't do this for likes, views, or money. Some of these big channels that they don't care and they kind of just let the comments just be a cesspool of ignorance and disrespect to the players. I don't really care for that, guys, because you can't buy me. I'm not doing it for money. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for the love of the sport. So just please have some respect when you come here and you mention the players, and especially if you want to mention what I'm saying, just make sure you listen to the video, right? But the reality here is these players are all amazing. They dedicate their blood, sweat, and tears, their time to propel their craft. And look, everyone's entitled to a bad game, but when someone's winning championships and they're doing well, come on, man, don't be a hater. Just show a little bit of respect, give a little bit of love. It's not hard to give a little bit of good energy. You'll live longer. Tennis in a minute, guys. I'll see you later. Robin Montgomery, another victory. Coco's bestie, she's amazing.